Good evening and welcome to another edition of your weekly Top Business Show. On the show tonight, we find out why this year's FTIB Exporter of the Year Awards is bigger and better. Pacific Green reaps the rewards from Shanghai, and we hear directly from a visiting Indian expert on consumer protection. But first up tonight, later next week, all our leading exporters will converge at the Sofitel in Nadi for the annual Fiji Trade and Investment Bureau Exporter of the Year Awards. Widely considered as the biggest event on the corporate calendar here, it's also a time to gauge just how well we have done on the export front. Talk Business recently caught up with the Executive Chairman of FTIB, Adrian Soffield, to get an update on how things were tracking towards the big event. Aside from Telecom Fiji Limited and Vodafone Fiji Limited sponsorship for the Prime Minister's Exporter of the Year Award and launch events, there are 16 other sponsored award categories. A team of 16 staff from FTIB are putting the program together after the awards was launched at 3 different centers in Suva, Lautoka and Lambasa. So what is the logic behind launching the awards?
This year we've tried to get to the broad cross-section of Fiji. We have launched in Suva and Lautoka before. This was our first year in Lambasa, where we only opened an office earlier this year. It gives the people in Fiji and particularly people in the manufacturing area and those who are looking at exporting the opportunity to find out what the Prime Minister's Exporter of the Year Awards are about.
There are major developments for this year's Exporter of the Year Awards. These include the introduction of the new Exporter to Asia Award and the widening of the scope of the Agro-Processing Exporter of the Year Award, now renamed the Manufacturing Exporter of the Year Award.
Previous years we've had 15. This year we have a new category, the Exporter to Asia Award. Our other awards include manufacturing awards. We have awards in fisheries and forestry. We have awards for particular countries, for Australia, for New Zealand, to Asia, as I said, to the other Pacific Island nations. So we're trying to get a very good cross-section for our exporters to be able to apply for applications and receive these awards.
And in line with government's focus to raise exports through the agriculture sector, there has been substantial interest from those in this sector.
So the applications for agriculture are pretty representative across the board. It is an area in which government is really promoting. At this stage, we've probably got a little way to go with our applications in that area, but we are very hopeful that we'll get a good cross-section, a good number of applicants in the agricultural area.
This year's EYA theme, Exports Excellence, the Pillar of Economic Prosperity, stresses the importance of increasing exports and its link to economic performance and wealth creation.
We are trying to promote where Fiji is going and what we are producing here. We have a lot of high-end products here which are very suited to niche markets. So we're looking at the excellence of our product, and obviously exports are very vital to the economy of our country. The more we can export, the better the economy will be, the more we can grow locally in terms of personal wealth and raising our living standards.
For the first time, applicants will also receive feedback from judges on the application forms.
Those forms display the sponsor's name, colours and logo. So it's good advertising for the sponsors in that they actually receive individual coverage. Also the applications have a lot more detail on them. They allow our judges to be more specific in their judgment of the actual award, which hasn't been the case so much in the past.
After the night, winners walk away with more than just an award.
Winner is able to firstly market the award logo which they receive from FTIB and through the Prime Minister's award night. That allows them to label their products. It carries a great amount of prestige. It also gives them credibility, and as a marketing tool to be able to use overseas, they can actually say, well, we have been awarded an export award by the Fiji government. It has a lot of backing to it.
The awards has also helped influence other businesses to get into exports.
In 1993 it started out as a relatively low-key in-house cocktail function here at FTIB headquarters. As it's grown over the years, from 11 to now 17 awards, obviously there's a lot more interest out there. The range of awards has increased to allow a greater variety of products or companies to come forward and apply for those awards.
Besides the awards, businesses also have other means of support available to them.
There are a number of government initiatives. One is by way of tax concessions for exporters. The Reserve Bank of Fiji has a fund which can be accessed by exporters at a very competitive interest rate. We need to assist the exporters by way of, through FTIB, firstly of finding the markets, of helping them to promote their products.
The overall budget for the night exceeds $200,000.
The Export of the Year Awards is a great opportunity for our local manufacturers to bring themselves up to international standard. It's very important for Fiji that we raise our standards to meet the requirements for our export markets.
So has the FTIB EYA Awards helped past winners.
Particularly for PEFCO being located off island on Levuka, being a village-based or a rural-based program, and to be able to win this award, is testimony of what local companies, given the right support, be able to achieve.
So what's his advice to those applying?
This has been a big boost in the motivation of staff, knowing that they live within the villages, and to be able to win such a prestigious award, just created a benchmark for them to push relentless pursuit for excellence in the work that they do.
Applications for the awards closes on November 10th, with the awards night to be held on the 20th at the Sofitel.